Hey guys, Super Retrocade here. So I thought I'd make a video about the NT Mini Noir, or specifically about the cartridge slot. So for those of you who don't know, the NT Mini Noir is an FPGA regular Nintendo that I'm not sure exactly how limited it was, but it was kind of limited and kind of controversial. At this point it's sold out, but they're being sold on eBay, and they're actually not being marked up on eBay that much, which makes me think that they maybe manufactured more of them than they made it sound. But basically, this is like one of the best regular Nintendos you could ever buy, and it's like $550. So this is an expensive regular Nintendo. And one of the primary criticisms with it and the original NT Mini was the cartridge slot. I guess on the original NT Mini, it wasn't very good about reading cartridges. So then they came out with this one, which is supposed to be redesigned. And this one, I have had no issues reading cartridges. But one thing that people are making a big deal of online is the cartridge slot and how it kind of has a lot of play in it, which isn't a big deal if you're playing a game and you just have this sitting there. But a lot of people don't like that the cartridge slot moves around like that. So one of the things that they did with the first NT Mini was people came out with this 3D printed design of an insert you can put in here to kind of firm that up. Because one of the things about the NT Mini Noir is the way that it's kind of built here, it kind of concaves in around the cartridge slot. And they do that so that they can put on, or so that the Super Famicom disc, or I think it's called the Super Famicom disc adapter, will fit on here. But if you look at a front loading, not a front loading, if you look at a top loading NES, it actually has a big hump here to give the cartridge more support when it's in the slot. So the top loader will actually be like convex here so that it's holding this cartridge more. But they couldn't do that because they wanted to be able to use the Famicom. Is it the Famicom RAM adapter or disk adapter? I don't know. But so that that could fit on here, they made this concave. So what I did was I ordered this 3D printed adapter from Shapeways that people used on the first NT Mini to kind of firm up that cartridge slot. And I'm going to see if it works on my NT Mini Noir. There was people in the comments, or there were people on Twitter saying that it works with the NT Mini Noir, but I'll give it a try here and see. The first thing that I realized is you can't just I thought you'd be able to just drop it in here, and you can't. So you actually have to take it apart, which I haven't taken my Noir apart before. Fortunately, I have the right bit from my iFixit kit here. So I'm just gonna loosen this up and see what all I gotta do to get it separated. You'll notice I'm doing this on my bed because I watch a lot of these videos where people will do stuff like this, and they'll put it they'll be doing it on a wooden table or a hardwood floor, and I would think you would just scrape the crap out of the aluminum on this guy if you did that, but I've seen people do that. So I don't know if I have to do all the screws or just those 4. Oh, those must go in pretty far. Wow. So at this point, does this come off? Nope. So I'm going to try doing these 2 up by the controller ports. Yeah, because I haven't heard anyone really talk about it with the Noir, but I know the original NT Mini would just get scratched like nothing. I'm trying not to scratch mine. Okay, now it seems to be. So I'm going to see if this will just lift. Seems... Okay, it is, I think. Except for the back. Oh, I also don't want to mess this thing up. Ooh. Well, that wasn't cool, but... Okay. So, this is going to be a little more reassembly than I bargained for. Let me line those back up. Okay, so this guy would go right here. That's what I'm shooting for, but now I got to get everything back together. These little slots came all apart. So these are going to go up. This must have been on the back. I think this was in here. Okay, I'm gonna figure out the best way of doing this. Yeah, this part is the heft. This is the heft. Boy, so these have a bunch of little springs. How many springs do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are there more of them? Jeez. I wonder if I'm best off just not even putting them back on. I know that sounds kind of janky, but I might be better off not putting them back on. Like, I don't know if this is even gonna let me because of the height of it. And I'm not really worried about dust getting in there. Let's take a look at this. So if that goes like that, and how do they spring? Yeah, these seem like a nightmare to try to get back on here. If I do that, and then I'd want to do that same thing on the other side. So there's one. And then that. Ooh. That and I keep dropping these little things. Jeez. I'm gonna have to get... Wow, these things are so like little. These things kind of suck. Yeah, they fall off in about 2 seconds. Okay. Well, I got them on that one. There's one. I'm trying to find them on my floor here. Jeez. There's 2 of them. I've only found 2 for the back. Maybe there only was. Jeez, these things are kind of crappy. Okay, there's one. I wonder if I lost 2, or did they only use 2 on the Famicom side and used 4 on the NES side. Okay, so if I try to put this back on, see, now those don't work because of that 3D printed piece. So you pretty much, I think you'd have to take the doors off to use this 3D printed piece, which maybe I should do anyway. So I'm going to take the doors off. I mean, I suppose you could shave the 3D printed piece down, but I don't really want to do that yet. Okay, now I'm going to try to get this thing back together. So the best way to do that might just be to flip this guy over. But you can't do that. So I'm gonna take the plexiglass out of here. I'm gonna try just putting it back on like this. This thing is going to be a royal pain. Maybe shoving this part up here. Okay, that looks good. Showing this part. Well, now those doors aren't on it, you can just drop it in. But then there's not really going to be anything to hold it in. Oh, and here's another one of these. I wonder if there's another one. There must be another one. Okay, so I'm going to try to put... Gosh, those doors are going to fall off again. Ugh. So here's some advice. Don't take your NT Mini Noir apart. Okay, let's do that. Put this guy through here. And take this, slide it in here, slide these guys up. Ooh, this is all crooked. Oh, come on. Gosh. Okay, I'm gonna try it without any slot covers, because I don't think it's that big of a deal. Maybe it is. Let's just see if I can pull it off without them. Come on. I don't know how they assemble this. Okay guys, so I've been messing with this. Sorry I turned off the camera, but I had to figure some stuff out. So one of the things I figured out was this 3D printed piece, it doesn't make it any more stable at all. I'd say that's a waste of time and money. So what I've done is I put those slot covers back on, and I was able to find all of the springs, and there actually were 8 of them. So there's one for each side of each half of each slot. Just gonna kind of, there we go. So then I also found, this is part that might be interesting now that I'm pretty much scrapping what I was originally doing in this video. I found a good way of putting it back together. So to put it back together, what I did was I put a piece of electrical tape on the power button to hold it in there as I reassemble. And then what I do is just flip it over, turn it around, and then I just kind of put these like that and focus on first getting the back lined up and in, and then try to get the fronts. So at this point, yeah, there, I have those. So now I just need to get the controller ports. Okay, so now everything's in there. So they must assemble these upside down. And these just kind of drop in just like this. These little washers. And then this guy, you want the feet on the outside. I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to drop all these in. I think are they all the same length? No, they're not. So I probably put the wrong ones in the front. I wonder, nope, I'm not going to get them out with a magnet. Thinking the longer ones probably go in the front, and then the 4 shorter ones probably go in the 4 in the middle. So I'm going to tighten but not over tighten. Okay, controller ports are lined up. The back I/O, let me take that piece of electrical tape off. The back I/O is lined up perfectly. I did not scrape it, which is good. So, I would say just deal with the cartridge slot the way it is, because this 3D printed design file online doesn't do anything for you, and just enjoy it. Plus you can always hack it or jailbreak it and run the ROMs off the SD card. This is Super Retrocade. Yeah, hope you found this informative. Thank you. Bye.